We want to move along quickly. Stephanie Betts is a policy analyst with the Alberta Association of Municipal Districts and Counties. Stephanie has spent her career in municipal government at many levels. After completing the municipal internship program in the town of Beaumont, she proceeded to work for Municipal Affairs as a municipal analyst. She has then gained perspective on economic development in small rural centers as the economic development officer for the town of Onaway, and is now the policy analyst for the AAMD. The AAMDC is an association of elected rural councils representing the interests of rural Albertans and committed to the excellence in meeting the diverse and changing needs of its members. Stephanie is here under a rather strange situation. They have presented a report to the Alberta government, and last Wednesday we were told that by Erwin Lowen, who's in the audience and is going to say yes or no, it has been released, and Stephanie is going to either talk directly to the report or generally about the report. Good luck, Stephanie.
Well, thanks for that introduction, and the news on that is that we don't have the final approval for release of the report, so I will be speaking generally about it and what the AAMDC is doing. The Alberta Association of Municipal Districts and Counties, first of all, it's an association of actually, there's 69 rural counties in the province, not actually 42, and we're their association. So we take their issues and we advocate them to the provincial government and other bodies who can help municipalities. And so we keep a close eye on rural connectivity issues for all the reasons that have been said here today. I'm going to start out with kind of giving you a few main philosophies that our staff operate under when dealing with rural connectivity and the SuperNet. And the first is that it's important for the sustainability of our rural areas into the future, whether that's from an economic development standpoint or just population stability at a basic level. There's no one solution that will work across the province, as Alan pointed out. It can't even have one solution within a county half the time. There's one thing we like to think is that SuperNet and rural connectivity are not always the same issue. Though they may coincide often, the SuperNet may not always be the most cost-efficient way to provide internet in certain areas. And lastly, we believe that, as Alan stated again, it is up to individual municipalities to decide how involved they want to be in improving connectivity for their residents. This could range from doing almost nothing to all the way to becoming involved in the service provision themselves. Towards that last principle, the AAMDC has a broadband toolkit that it created for municipalities where they can, for a certain section of their county or an entire municipality, plug in some issues surrounding terrain and what type of service they want to have for their residents in those areas, and to give them a better idea as to a general range of costs for that and what type of service might be best for their residents given that terrain and whatnot. And next we come to the reports that we've been involved with. Recently there was also the Alberta Economic Development Authority report that they submitted to the Premier, which we sent in a letter of support to with them, and I believe the AUMA, the Alberta Urban Municipalities, also sent a letter of support to, regarding better utilization of the SuperNet. And then there's our big report. Together with Service Alberta, Bell, and Axia, we put together the First Mile Rural Task Force to look at some of the barriers to widespread SuperNet use. This first mile report has been in the works for quite a while now, and as said, it's in its final stages of approval. And while I can't release the details, some of the kind of high-level structure of the report comes down to that it's split into two sections. The first section is that there is surrounding municipal use and serving their needs. So yes, all this infrastructure was put in, but not all municipalities are even lit up on it yet. It's to the door, but why isn't it on? So there's a number of barriers listed to that and recommendations to try to remove some of those barriers. And the second part is is the last mile aspect of it, with holistic internet service to businesses and residents in the community, kind of basically the step that Alan and his study did for Parkland. That's the second part. And again, it lists barriers to having that happen and recommendations on how to move past those. And lastly, what we're excited about is the development of the new Alberta First Responders Radio Communication Network, which is a vast infrastructure investment that the province is putting forward for a radio communication system for our police and ambulance and fire throughout the province. Basically, their analysis is where there's a road, you have to have access to a radio on that road. So there's going to be towers all over the province, which could easily be leveraged to provide more connectivity to residents who may not have any connectivity before. So that's something to look at. It's out for RFP, for request for proposals right now, so that won't be in use for a couple of years, but that is a strong investment that we're looking forward to working with the province on. And the Solicitor General's office knows that that's a big opportunity with those towers as well, and they know that they want municipalities and service providers to be able to co-locate on those towers to provide internet service. So, unfortunately, that's all the details I can give you right now, but I thank you very much for inviting us here this afternoon, and I hope you all have a very happy Halloween.
Thank you very much, Stephanie. I wonder if I could ask you when your report comes out to get the link to Bill Fricker so that they can post it on the Communities Without Boundaries site then, okay?
Oh, absolutely. We do plan that when it does have a final release, there will be some communication strategy with it as well. So we'd hope that all of you would find out about it, but I'll make sure to have it on your website. Yeah.
Again, thanks very much.